Good afternoon, hope everybody's alright. So it's Sunday. I've been to my usual clients church service today, which was alright. Yeah, it's nice. Their choir is actually really lovely. They've got a lovely choir. I mean, like I said, I'm not really a churchy person, but the choir is quite nice. Get quite entertained because they've got really lovely, their sort of top end vocals are beautiful, and the harmonies are amazing, so they give you goosebumps. So it was quite nice, and my client really enjoyed it, which is good. So anyway, just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on the menopause situation, because as you may know, I've been taking supplements and like a herbal complex to sort of help with my menopause. So I thought I'd let you know how I'm getting on with that. So I'm currently taking Holland & Barrett's Ultra Plus for Women multivitamin, which has got literally everything in there that supports women's health, you know, everything to do with a woman that, you know, needs all the extra help, you know, even like right down to collagen and things for your skin and heart and veins and brain and fatigue, and it's all in there basically. It's a really good one, and you get sort of nearly 3 months worth for £10.49, so it's a really good value multivitamin, and it's actually better than the sort of Centrum one that you can get for women. It's got a lot more in it to support everything. It even has like bladder support and all sorts in it. It's a really good one. You know, when I've compared it against other good quality multivitamins, it sort of came out massively at top, you know, with concerns to what it had in it. And then on top of that, I have a supplement called Nature's Aid Red Clover Complex, which has got red clover, which has its own isoflavones in it, and it also has like licorice root and ginseng and lots of other things in it, which is really good because there's lots of things that in menopause that you need. Ginseng's really good for fatigue and memory and all sorts of stuff, and it's all to sort of facilitate and help you with your menopause symptoms. And I've noticed, like, I've only been on it about 3 weeks now, and I've noticed there has been an improvement in my symptoms. With regards to like the hot flushes are a lot less. I mean, I was like constantly hot flushing before, sort of literally every 20 minutes I'd have a massive hot flush, and then I was waking up in the night with massive night sweats, like all the time. I was constantly waking up because it was hot, so I was like covers on, covers off, covers on, covers on, and I'm sure people who go through the menopause can totally relate to what I'm saying. And since I've been on the Red Clover Complex and the multivitamins, the hot flushes have died down a lot. I'm sort of having maybe 4 hot flushes a day, and it seems to be at certain times. So I'll have like quite often have a hot flush in the morning, around about the time I'm sort of eating breakfast, and then sort of mid-morning I might get another one, and then sometimes I get a couple in the evening as well, but not always. I might get 1 maybe in the evening, sometimes 2, and then I'm usually waking up once in the night, maybe twice, whereas before I was like every hour I was like constantly hot, on, off, and I've not like really had sweats as such. I've got hot a couple of times, but not like full-on sweat mode or anything like that. So it's definitely helping. The only thing is that my moods are a little bit fluctuating. So I done a little bit of research about that, and apparently they recommend Agnes cactus, also known as chasteberry, and red raspberry is another thing that they recommend that you take, and that's supposed to help with the hormonal sort of mood swings, because obviously it's all over the place at the moment. And also I'm increasing in my diet, or trying to increase phytoestrogens, and there's different kinds. You've got the isoflavones, which I've already mentioned, and you've also got lignans as well. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it could be lignan, I think it's lignans. Anyway, so some foods have lignans in, which are very good for phytoestrogen, and some have got the isoflavones in. So the most things that got isoflavones in tend to be like your soya based products. Edamame beans are kind of like raw soya beans, and then you can roast them and do all sorts with them, put them in salads and things. And also soya milk has them in, obviously. And then you can get sort of Alpro soya desserts. They have about 10 milligrams of isoflavones per 100 grams, so they're quite a good thing to have if you like eating a yogurt a day. And the ones that they do also have a probiotic in them, which is really good, because the lady that I'm following, who I've mentioned before, she's always saying that, you know, it's important not just about supplements, but it's about having a cleaner diet, learning to relax. So that's something that I've never been very good at. You know, so having me time really, and then exercise. And obviously my issue is that I've got fibromyalgia quite badly. At the moment it's been really bad. My pain levels have been through the roof, and I've been really limping a lot. My ankles have been terrible, in like pain episodes have been through the roof, which is unusual for me at this time of year because I normally start to die off, and I can only assume that my menopause is not helping matters. But I still am trying to do the gentle walks with the dogs, because I can do quite gentle walks with them, because they'll happily run around like lunatics by themselves, and so that I can get that gentle exercise in, and then also trying to do some relaxation techniques. Like my Fitbit has like a relaxation technique on there, and I've just downloaded an app for my iPad, which has like lots of meditation things you can do in there. So I haven't fully looked at it yet, but I plan on trying to do sort of like maybe start off with a small meditation, like 10 minutes, and sort of work up to 20 minutes and try to at least have a meditation every day. And I was going to try and get Hunky into it as well, because he's always stressed out. So I was hoping, gosh, that sun's really hot. I was hoping to get him involved as well. I had a complete disaster with my diet. I completely fell off the wagon, just totally and utterly fell off. My wheels fell off, the whole thing. So I was talking to Hunky about it yesterday, and half the issue is that I allow my husband to enable me, because he is an obsessive eater as well, and he wasn't on the diet, he wasn't counting calories like I was, and so he wasn't meaning to actively say, you know, eat crap, whatever. He wasn't meaning to do that, but basically I kind of I allowed it, you know, it's my decision to do it, but he wasn't being a good influence, shall we say, and he admitted yesterday he wasn't being a very good influence. So Wednesday's my shopping day, so I'm going to get ready, you know, suited and booted with all the things that I need to restart, and then I'm going to restart again. And hopefully, I mean, I managed to do half a week and then it just kind of went to pot, so I'm hoping this time I can really stick to it, because I really want to lose weight, because I want to bring Spirit back into work, my horse, and I want to go out riding. I really miss riding, and I know that riding will be super brilliant for my fibromyalgia, because it really helps with some of the issues that I have, because some of the issues I have are with my back, my hips and my knees. The riding helped with that. It sort of helped improve my muscle tone. It's really good for my core muscles, which help support my back. It's good for my hypermobile pelvis, because my pelvic muscles get like Arnold Schwarzenegger when I ride, and so that supports my pelvis better. So because my pelvis kind of like subluxes, and then I get a lot of pain, and then I get all pain up into my shoulder blades, which I've been getting a lot lately. And I still haven't had a chance to go to see a physiotherapist about being adjusted, which I really want to do. So that's something I'm going to sort out soon. But yeah, I got back on my diet, and the clean living is really good for my menopause, so it's kind of a no-brainer really. So I need to do it. I just need to stop being such a twat and just get on with it really. So Theresa May, she called an early election, 8th of June. I've kind of like I've been listening a lot to the radio in the car, because I have the radio on all the time, and there's like two schools of thought with this. It's either that she thinks she's going to make such a friggin' awful job of Brexit, which will then fall around about the time that she would have a general election, that she's thinking, I really need to have a general election now, and if I win and then I make a really fucking stupid job of the Brexit, that I'll be safe, because obviously she won't be able to have a general election then until 2022, I think it is. Or she thinks that if she can be re-elected, that she then can make tough decisions because she hasn't got the general election hanging over her head, because I think she thinks that they're going to really rake her over the coals, and she knows that she can't have a general election looming over her head while she does that. Personally, I cannot stand the woman, hate her, really dislike her intently. This is partly due to the job that I do, because I'm a support worker, and the austerity measures that she and her party have instilled upon the country have trickled down to people that I see every day that are very vulnerable and now very isolated, because their hours have been cut and funding's been cut, and you know, and it has had an extreme negative effect on the vulnerable of our society. And it's not just in my job that I see it. I have friends with social workers for other companies, and they're all saying the same thing. And this saying she's done extra funding for social care is a load of shit. It's not trickled down to the people that really need it. It just hasn't. No matter what she tries to tell you, it just hasn't. It's absolute load of rubbish. It's the hospitals have been helped, yes, but not the people on the ground who need it, because it's the people on the ground that really need it to run the services. Because, you know, we have vulnerable people with learning difficulties, disabilities, and they've had, like, a lot of them have had their hours reduced to sort of a third of what they were before, and this has been extremely isolating, and it's also put people at risk. So I really don't like her. I really don't think she's doing what she said, because I mean, Cameron said when he was voted in that he was going to protect the vulnerable of society. He did this big speech, and it was included as part of his big speech that the vulnerable will always be protected, and that's turned out to be a complete lie. And I think that she's told too many lies as well, and their party have told too many lies, and I just don't think she's to be trusted. So after much deliberation, I've decided I'm going to vote Labour, because I did vote Green last time because I actually didn't have a lot of faith in Miliband, and I've always voted Labour all my life really. But I didn't have a lot of faith in Miliband, so I voted Green. But I think that if we're in any chance of getting this woman out of power, then we can only really vote Labour. But I'll tell you something, if the SNP were in England and I could vote for them, I would, because I love Nicola Sturgeon. I particularly like one of her MPs called Mary Black. She's amazing. She's just an amazing young woman. I'm always impressed with her when I hear her speak, and she always talks for the underdog and the people that are vulnerable in society. She always talks for them, and she totally gets it, because she really sees it on the ground and understands it. So yeah, that's my decision. I'm voting Labour. And if you don't want the Tory party, I think you're going to have to tactfully vote, even if it's not something you think you would normally do, because if you really don't want them in the country, I don't think we've got much choice, really, at the moment. And unless you can get however millions of people to agree to vote for another party, it's not going to happen, is it? And I think we need to encourage women to vote, because 9 million women didn't vote last time. And don't sit there saying my vote won't make any difference, because it's because of that attitude, and because so many people didn't turn up to vote, that they got in the first place. And they've caused so much misery for so many people. So please vote. Anyway, that's my take on it at the moment. I know everybody will have different views, but that's mine. I hope you have a good Sunday afternoon, and I'll see you soon. Bye.